Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the What Am I Even Doing podcast. I'm Kenzie, your host. As always, this is going to be set up just a little bit different today. This is the intro. Welcome to the intro, everybody. I won't be doing this every time. I'm doing this because I recorded with my mom this week, and I didn't want her to have to sit through my 20-minute babble that I do with you guys, my catch up that I do with you guys, in the very beginning of every podcast. So I decided to do it separately. I just finished recording with her, and you guys will see that here in a minute. I just wanted to sit and gab with you for a second. Currently, I'm sitting here looking around at my sad plants. I need to refer back to my episode of the pod that said my plants are dying. They're not dying. Okay, my spider plant's pretty sad, but I just need to water them. I'm realizing right now. Note to self: water your plants. Today I'm just drinking water because I'm so dehydrated, and it's been 90 degrees for 7 years. It feels like. And don't get me wrong, I'm stoked for summer, but I am a crotchety bitch in the summertime if it's too fucking hot and I'm not near water. If I'm not near water and I'm hot, I am probably not somebody that anyone needs to fucking talk to ever. So like most people, I am an adult and have a job have a job and a life outside of the water, but I should just be living in the fucking water. So, anyways, and I haven't even been to the water this week. Luckily though, this lovely house that I live in has air conditioning, and it's right above my bed, which is not great when you have a dry cough, Um, which I have had for 6 weeks or something crazy. So, there's that. Um, let's see. Weekly recap. Let's do a mental health check-in. I have cried a lot this week. It's not a problem, I don't think, really. Um, just letting out emotions, and I've been feeling really emotional, I guess. I think I'm just dealing with a lot of stress, actually. So that's probably what's really going on, I would say. Um, I'm, I think, as you guys know, I'm moving shops. So I'm moving one location to another. For those of you who are new here, I'm an esthetician and I do eyelashes and waxing for a living, and I am currently moving to a new location. And it's been a spendy move thus far, but we're almost at the finish line. And I think that it's going to be kind of, um, there's going to be an adjustment period, is what I'm really thinking. But I don't think it'll be a bad thing at all. I think that this is the end goal that I was hoping for. So while I'm stressed out, I am still feeling I don't know, I'm accomplished and proud of myself for taking this time in my life that has not been the easiest, I would say. And I've been taking this not easy time and doing some not easy things to make my life easier. You know what I mean? So, um, if anybody needs a, I was gonna say if anybody needs advice on how to do that, I'm your guy. I'm not. I'm so not your guy. I'm not your guy. Don't take advice from me on how to make things easier. I make things harder. Not as hard as some people make them, but I will say that I am I have seen myself do that quite a lot, make things harder than they need to be. And I'm trying to not do that with this whole move. So, anyways, I was gonna say, come to me if you need advice. Don't come to me if you need advice. Come to me if you need a hug or a cheeseburger or something. I don't know. Come to me with literally anything except for advice. Um, no, but for real, I am trying hard to just kind of like move through the emotions and the stress of the time that I'm in. And it's been a wild ride, my people. It's been a wild fucking ride, but it's okay. We out here. We're doing it. And it's all going to be it'll come to a calm at some point, and I know that to be true, right? Um so anyways, yeah, I would say that this week has been filled a lot with that. I like signed the contract for my new space. I'm placing orders here and there for all of my product and furniture. So it's been filled with a lot of that, but it's also been filled um with a little bit of like a weird spot. I mean, if we're talking mental health here, right? I've been in kind of a weird spot lately where I'm feeling like um you ever feel like you are the support for other people, but people are not the support for you at no fault of their own? Listen, this is me trying let me explain this. I don't think that people aren't there for me. I think they are there for me. I just think that I don't ask for help. I don't say like how I feel in the moment or whatever. And it's caused some issues this week for me and my emotional stability because I just needed to ask for help and well, he didn't. And then I did. Okay. I got really awesome friends. You know who you are. I love you guys. I love you guys. I can't even speak. I love you guys. So, um but yeah, so my mental health has kind of been on a roller coaster this week. Oh my gosh. You guys, I don't know what time you guys are watching this at, but if you're watching it during sunset, pause or take me with you and go look at the fucking sky and just take a breath. Because my sky is so pretty. I'm going to be real. There's a lot of pretty things in this world, but there's not a lot of things that can match a Central Oregon sunset, especially in the summer. Absolutely stunning. It's stunning. I wish I could show you guys right now, but I cannot, unfortunately. So do me a favor and go look at your sunsets and breathe. Everything will be okay. That's how I'm feeling right now. I'm going to take this moment to remind everybody to take a sip of water. ASMR for you guys today. No, I'm kidding. But what else was I gonna say? Oh, this week. Over the weekend, I went to the coast for my baby sister's birthday. You guys met her last episode, kind of. I think you guys got to know her a little bit. You guys got to know her little coming out journey and some stuff about that. So if you haven't seen that episode or listened to that episode, pause and go listen to that one because I'm really proud of it and I'm obsessed with it and her. She turned 23 on Friday, and my God, I cannot explain to you how weird it is that my baby sister is that old. Not to mention our cousins, who are basically my sisters, right? I um they're gonna be 21 in September, and I'm like, shut the fuck up right now. That's absolutely insane. Because I remember when they were all in diapers, I remember when they were all just tiny babies and couldn't even crawl yet. I don't know. Being the oldest is a wild ride, dude. You see everybody for every stage: newborn, toddler, awkward. Like, you see them for every stage of their life. And I just think that that's a really crazy thing, to be honest. Yeah. The sky looks like the ocean right now. That's wild. What the fuck? And there's a plane going over, so there's that. Um anyway, so we went to the beach and we stayed in a beautiful beach house. And it was so fucking windy, but it was really good. You could see the ocean from the beach house, and there's beautiful sunsets. I think that I should just mention this now. I'm a whore for a sunset, and I always take a picture of it if I have the availability to do so. Just want everyone to know that about me. Um, I took some really awesome pictures of the sunset on the beach. That was really fun. Um, yeah, and we went and we did a couple of walks through some parks, and then we went and did some shopping, and I got this really cool spinny ring that I can't stop messing with, one of those fidget rings, you know? So that was really fun, and then I also got a matching ring with my sister, so that's fun too. And she likes it a lot, so I'm pretty excited about it. And then we just went down to the beach for the last day. We like spent a couple of hours there, and it was sunny, and the wind was not too harsh. And my ankles got sunburned because I was wearing jeans that were rolled up a little bit. Um, and that was crazy. I'm sorry for anybody watching the video version. I'm not even looking at you guys. I'm just staring at the sky because it's right in front of me and it's absolutely stunning. Okay, Kens, stop talking about the fucking sky. Anyway, sorry. Um, yeah, we went and did the beach and I took some pictures on the beach. If you head over to my Instagram right now, you'll see some of those pictures. Well, actually, no, you won't. Head over to my Instagram and follow me, and then you'll see them on Saturday when I post a carousel. Um, yeah. What else did we do? Oh, I kind of wanted to just mention how shitty it is to leave somewhere where you feel like you actually belong. Like, obviously, my home is going to always be my home. This is where I was born. This is where I was raised. This is where my family is, well, my friends don't really live here anymore, but this is what I know. And it's always going to be home. I'm always going to want to come home. I'm always going to find my way back here, right? But I go over to the Oregon coast specifically, and I will tell you that I'm just all about the ocean, which is so crazy because I don't have any water in my birth chart at all. Not that not that that means everything, obviously, but I find it to be kind of interesting that I don't have any water in my chart, and I could trust. It's so weird feeling like I can like go and just like dive into the ocean and trust that the ocean will like treat me right, which is not something I'm actually gonna do, but I just feel like I don't know. Our souls are here to do things, and free will is there, of course, but when you feel a draw to something, I feel a draw to the ocean, you guys. If I could be like a mermaid on H2O and turn into a mermaid when. But listen, I would only want to turn to a mermaid if I hit salt water because I don't want to be a mermaid in the shower. How do you wash all your bits? You know? I'm always wondering that about that fucking show. I hope you guys know what I'm talking about. I hope you guys know what I'm talking about. Saltwater makes sense to me. What is that one show? It's called Siren, and I think it's called Siren. It's on that Freeform, but it's not on it anymore. It was, and they in that one, she only turns into a siren when she hits salt water. I think maybe I'm making that up a little bit too. I don't know, but that's the only thing that makes sense to me. So, um, yeah, I would turn into a siren into a mermaid. I don't want to kill people on boats. Um, although we know how I feel about most men, so we could maybe roll with that. I don't know. Uh, but anyways, leaving the beach this weekend, I think it put me into. I think that's the reason why my mental health is like so fucking weird. Because I think it dropped my serotonin levels because I was just like so happy and euphoric, like I am when I'm there, and then I was like, woo, like done. Um, yeah, and it just sucked. It really hurt my heart to leave. It does every single time. This time I didn't cry, so that was cool. I just instead had my sister's boyfriend drive and went to sleep, so I didn't have to watch it go away. That seemed like the only logical answer at the time. So that's what I did. Um, but anyway, I think that's all that I have to share. Um, by the time this goes up, not by the time this goes up, I'm not going to say that because I don't want to make any promises. And I know it's been a couple of months. It's been like since April. It's June. I think it's been since April or May. I don't remember. When I went to LA, I did some vlogging. You guys all know this already. And I even had a poll go up on Instagram to see who would watch that vlog. And so many people said yes. So I have decided that it's going to go up on Saturday with my carousels. So on Instagram, you'll get my carousels with a link to my YouTube channel for the vlog. Please watch it because I'm going to put a lot of hard work into it. And then we'll see how that goes. And if we want to do more vlogs, at least through the summer, because I go and do some fun stuff, but also I might just like break back into like short form content and short form horizontal content just so nobody's confused with YouTube shorts, TikToks, or Reels. I like to make like 3 to 5 minute videos of just like little things that make me happy. So I might bring that back. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. So enjoy this cute little interview with my mommy and happy Pride. It's the last episode of our Pride series, episode 4, and I love you guys so much. This Pride series has meant so freaking much to me. I can't believe um, how much you guys have also been loving it. So thank you so much for that. Anybody that's new here, to let me know in the comments. Let me know if you're new. And yeah, I think that's everything. So I will talk to you guys next week on to the next segment. Bye. What's up, guys, and welcome back to the What Am I Even Doing podcast. I'm Kenzie, your host, as always, and this is my beautiful mother. You can call her Mom or Wendy. Probably that's more appropriate, I think.
Hello.
Introduce yourself just a little bit. Obviously, your name is Wendy, and you're my mother. Where are you from?
Yep. I'm Wendy Dixon, otherwise known as Wendy Williams, and that's where she gets that last name from.
Yes.
And I grew up in California until I was like 8 years old, 4th grade. Then we moved up to Bend and moved to Redmond about 5 years ago, and I've been here ever since.
Awesome. Here we go. Here we are. We're gonna be talking a little bit about welcome to this is the fourth and final episode in our Pride series this month. So happy Pride Month, and I hope you guys had a fantastic and safe month. And yeah, so this is the fourth one, and we're doing it with my mom. We're gonna be kind of talking about more about like what it was like raising a gay child, if it was different than her other 2 very straight children, or if it was exactly the same. So I've got a list of questions, and I just thought we would kind of jump in. So some of your backstory we already just talked about, where you grew up. I just wanted to kind of talk about a little bit of the queer representation in your life, if you had any at all.
I definitely, being from a different generation, we didn't really have a lot of representation when I was younger. I would say the only really like gay people that I knew were my grandma's brother, so it was kind of like my great uncle, I would say. And he had AIDS and ended up dying. So all we really knew when we were younger was that if you were gay, you were going to get AIDS and then you were going to die. And then when I was like late middle school, early high school, started to realize that there was a lot more gay men, boys. There was that's what the experience was. I had lots of friends, one guy named Andy, like lots, and they were very flamboyant. That was kind of like my first like introduction. But I would say that I really didn't meet like any like gay girls.
But we were talking about that kind of last night, that there's not like a lot of lesbian representation growing up.
Yeah.
It was more just gay men a lot of the time.
Yeah, totally.
And then grandma's friends.
Oh yeah, and then
you had
Connie, my mom had 2 friends that were actually Connie and Marina, but Connie was my stepmom. She didn't marry my dad, but she was my dad's girlfriend for a really long time. And then she went on to Marina. Mm-hmm. So, and then we always knew Connie and Marina together, and they've literally been together for like 30 plus years now. So.
Yeah, and they're still together now. So relatively good representation in that relationship, at least, because I mean that was really the only one. But when you, I guess you said you moved here when you were 8.
Hmm.
So there wasn't a whole lot of representation coming out of California then, probably. I mean,
California is where it was.
oh, that's where it
That's
was.
where I had that experience with my uncle and
Gotcha.
knowing, yeah, that was in California and like Santa Cruz. And then when we moved here, really
I would say here was probably not super.
like really none.
I was gonna say,
I would
I think there was
say
just a bunch of like white straight people here, because there
yes.
wasn't. It wasn't very like
Hmm.
um multicultural here.
Yeah.
Like when it first started, it's getting there. It's starting to
Hmm.
become a little bit more. It's more representation for a lot of
Hmm.
minorities. Um, Cool. So speaking of representation, what do you think about the representation that we're seeing now, like in social media, with like pride and stuff and all of that, good or bad?
I mean, I'm here for Pride. I'm always here for it. I love rainbows.
Hmm.
And also, I think that it's just, if that's what we're going to do to celebrate my child, then that's what I'm going to do. We're going to celebrate with rainbows and we're going to have,
Yeah, I love it.
we're like, that's like the fun, I think that's fun. I think for younger kids, I think really people need to quit making it such a big deal. Like who you love and who you want to be with shouldn't matter. So I
Hmm.
think really what that should be is more that should be celebrated. Like it shouldn't matter like the gender of the person. So I think as we get further into this life that we live,
Right? Yeah.
that's when we're actually going to figure it out. And the children that are younger and that are coming, they're going to teach us very lots and lots of lessons.
Hmm.
And I think they're going to make it so it isn't like we don't have to have coming out conversations.
Which
It's
will be so
just what
nice.
it is, right? Yeah.
I had said, I think, in my coming out story a couple episodes back that at some point, or maybe that was last episode, I can't remember, but at some point I will have children and those kids will bring home whoever they bring home and I'll love them just the same regardless. They don't need to tell
Hmm.
me either way. And I kind of felt that way with you anyways. Like I think that the media portrayed coming out as like this big scary thing, but
Hmm.
I've always known you to be super accepting and so it made me scared, but if that wasn't there, then I wouldn't have been a big deal. And then it ended up not
Hmm.
being a big deal anyways
Yeah,
when I came out.
totally.
When I was little, were there any signs that I was going to be gay, or did you ever have any thoughts about it? Or was I just a weirdo for no reason?
I would say there's definitely not really any signs like of like as a little child like of
Yeah,
you being gay, but I would say that when you got into like middle school, I definitely could tell that you wanted to kind of you're still trying to find your place and who you were, and I could tell that like you kind of had to decide like you're hanging out with different friends and you're like, am I going to be like this, should I be like this, like who,
just trying to
you
mold
know.
myself to other people,
Yeah,
kind
and so
of.
I
Yeah,
kind of feel like that was when you were still trying to figure that out, and I think you knew at some point because you were like trying to talk to boys and you were like,
never was good. I've
you
never had
know, it
any
wasn't
good
really
boys
like
situations.
successful,
Yeah,
really ever. But like I think that's if I like in hindsight, you look back, that would probably be like a sign that that you maybe like
maybe I was
struggled with,
questioning
right?
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But you were always really, really tight with all your girlfriends.
Oh yeah. I mean,
So,
I'm sure I had lots of crushes without, like, if I were to look back and recount like all of my little things, I would say that I probably had crushes on multiple of my girlfriends at the time. Just because, one that was in high school that I was with all the time, which you would know who I'm talking about. Um, like I just would cling to people, and I never really
mhm.
understood that, but now I think that I understand that a little bit more.
That might be a little bit deeper.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should
So,
talk to my therapist about that one.
yeah.
Um, Da, da, da. Were you surprised when I came out?
I don't know if I would say surprised. I think it was just like I knew you were struggling, you were having a tough time. I think anybody in adolescence years is going through these like
Dude,
weird growing up and just trying to, like I said, find who you were in
yeah,
your
middle
place.
school's crazy.
And so I think once you finally got to say that, it was like, oh, finally, like yay, yay,
We figured it
finally, we
out.
know who Kenzie is. Like we don't have to keep like searching for this. So
Yeah,
I would say that it was. I wasn't really surprised. I was more just like, yeah, cool. Like
yeah.
I think I was more happy for her to be able
It
to.
was like I said, it was just never a big deal. Like, and I
No.
I don't know. I think I've told this story. Well, when I came out to my stepdad, Tracy, he just was like, well, at least you won't get pregnant. Like, that was literally the last of
That's
the
what he
conversation,
says,
and that was
yeah.
it. And
He likes to make a lot of jokes. He
yeah,
likes
he's a pretty
the
funny guy.
lesbians coming, or the lesbians here.
Yeah,
The
he does.
lesbians gonna be here
What
tonight.
is that about?
I don't
He's
know.
just such a dork.
Yeah.
The biggest dad
I
joker
like to talk
ever.
about going in the gay garage. Like, you know,
Oh yeah,
we really lean into this.
we do.
Yeah, we
And
do.
it's actually so nice because I think that some people would get sensitive to it, but I know my family and nobody's ever judged me. So that's really cool. But I will say that we're pretty jokey about it. It's just fun.
I have a gay niece too, so we
Yeah,
have,
I'm not the only one in the
no,
family. It's
we
pretty
have-
much.
she's married even.
Yeah, we're
This
just.
one's not married.
No, I've got 1,000 rings on though,
Mm.
but not married. Did you have any, like, after you found out, was there any like initial like, oh no, or was there any initial thoughts that you had aside from just like relief?
No, like, why the heck did it take so long to tell me?
Okay.
Why are you so freaked out about this? Why are you like?
That's true.
That would be the questions that I had. Mostly no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think that I mean, to answer that question, I was more freaked out because, like I said, the media, and then also I was bullied at school for being gay,
Well,
like my senior year. And that I think I expected, but I didn't actually, like, I felt like maybe we'd passed that, you know, like we wouldn't have to deal with the bullying anymore, but I definitely.
You're not past it now.
No.
Like, just so you know.
Yeah.
Bullies are still out there.
They're still doing it.
Isn't, I think that's just very insecure people who need help raising their vibration, and they're not getting there when they're being bullies.
No, for sure. They need to figure it out and stop doing all that craziness. Okay, so then what would you say to any of the queer people watching this who didn't have super supportive parents or a mom to hug them and like give
First,
them love?
Just get in touch with Kenzie if you need a mom, because I'm available for sharing.
We've got the queer loving mom here.
No,
yes.
For real. Like, everybody deserves all the hugs and loves. And, you know, like, I don't really understand when people don't accept their children for that, because I don't really get it. And really what that tells me is that they probably shouldn't have been a parent, and that they went down the wrong path if they can't accept and unconditionally love that little child for whomever they are. So that's, you know, I would say just keep being yourself and lean into the family that you have. Sometimes your family isn't blood related, and that's just how that goes.
Yeah, soul family. We choose that stuff. That's rad.
Totally.
We get into lots of spiritual stuff, soul, family, soul things, all the soul things.
All the soul things.
Any final thoughts for the people, Mom?
Any final thoughts for the people? Happy Pride Month.
Yeah.
Stand up for your rights. Be happy. Be safe. Be kind. Be trustworthy.
Just be a good person, man.
Just literally be a good person. Do everything you can every day to do something good for someone else, and that's literally going to raise your vibration as a person, and your soul and your heart will be happy. So that's all I gotta say.
Yeah. Well, thank you for being a part of this. I appreciate it.
Totes. Love
I love you. Oh, jeez. All right, guys. That's kind of all that we have for this week. And I will see you guys next week with a not Pride related episode, but we celebrate all year long. This year is for the gays. What is it? The she's, the gays, and the theys. That's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's,
The gays, and the theys. Love ya.
Bye.
Bye.